of civil division in our country. And both countries have made tremendous progress in terms of unity, reconciliation. And so it will be good for Liberia to be there, and hopefully in the future we look for Liberia to support Burundi in the future for the Security Council. And Senator Westengaf Milton Finlay, former Foreign Minister of Liberia, was sent by directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia with a special message to his brother. And in that message, Liberia is seeking the seat for the non-permanent position of the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council. And so we are seeking the support of the Republic of Burundi, and that is the message that we brought to request for the kind support of the people of Burundi for Liberia on the Security Council seat. Well, the President have consented to give his brother the support and the people of Liberia the support. You know, we and Liberia and Burundi share a common history of civil crisis, and it will be good for us to serve on that council. So we come with our experience, we come with the issues of civil division in our country. And both countries have made tremendous progress in terms of unity, reconciliation. And so it will be good for Liberia to be there, and hopefully in the future we look for Liberia to support Burundi in the future for the Security Council. Senator Westengaf Milton Finlay, former Foreign Minister of Liberia, was sent by directive of the President of the is seeking position of the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council. And so we are seeking the support of the Republic of Burundi, and that is the message that we brought to request for the kind support of the people of Burundi for Liberia on the Security Council seat. Well, the President...
So, I call that against me. No, people take decisions anyhow. You sit down with a friend, oh, you know, one day I went to Georgia, you know, I asked Georgia for $100, he gave me $90. You ask somebody for $100, they give $90 and you pay with a man? You understand? So even the person that comes to pay $90 or $100, the person is also on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, in any serious way, people also may ask for $100, and you say, then take 90. You can be grateful, you can be joyful.
And have consented to give his brother the support and the people of Liberia the support. You know, we and Liberia and Burundi share a common history of civil crisis, and it will be good for us to serve on that council. So we come with our experience, we come with the issues of civil division in our country. And both countries have made tremendous progress in terms of unity, reconciliation. And so it will be good for Liberia to be there, and hopefully in the future we look for Liberia to support Burundi in the future for the Security Council. And Senator Westengaf Milton Finlay, former Foreign Minister of Liberia, was sent by directive of the
So yes, I don't want to say. Make no mistake, the world is changing. The world is changing. It's a sad thing. Then people go, oh, you know, even though Snow said something, but the government response is too harsh. The government response is harsh. Harsher than the statement he made. Harsher than the statement? No, I don't think so. The government statement was precise and on point. And what the government needs to do, go further to make a clear, unambiguous, very strong statement of Edwin Snow on national television or on the media was unacceptable. And that the government denounces the statement and categorically calls for his whether removal, rejection, whatever. And I think that should serve as a deterrent to anyone who represents our country or is out there, never to make that mistake again. So yes, I don't want to say, y'all carry it. We're not blind. We came as an alliance. All of y'all fighting to position yourself for 2029.
I'm here with Sarah Besalo-Anyanti, the Minister of Foreign Affairs for Liberia, and we're here to talk about UN Security Council reform. So there are growing calls for, from African countries for permanent representation on the UN Security Council. This is not the first time we've heard calls for reform, but they seem particularly strong at the moment. Why do you think that is?
I think the time is right for the strong calls because many African countries have had different experiences that have led many of us to believe that the current configuration for global governance on peace and security is no longer fit for purpose. The needs of countries during conflict, post-conflict, for reconstruction are not being met in line with the expectations, and it's important that voices are heard. We talk about leaving no one behind. And if the countries that are affected don't feel they have adequate and just and equitable representation, then there's a problem.
Do you think that African countries should be given permanent seats on the Council? And if so, how would they be selected?
I know that they should be given permanent seats because Africa is the source of most of the resources of the world. And Africa is very critical to global governance, to multilateralism. You cannot have a rules-based world order that does not reflect all of the world's people adequately. So it needs to happen. And if permanent seats are selected, we have the African Union. The African Union will decide how the African Union is represented at the Security Council.
The U.S. has voiced support for giving 2 permanent seats to African countries, but without veto power. Without that power, wouldn't these roles largely be symbolic? Do you need the veto?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lima Roberta Bowie, 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner, a proud citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I join my voice with that of the citizens of Liberia and our government to endorse our bid for a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council. I believe that after 14 years of devastating civil war, a peace process that involved everyone, especially driven by women, 21 years of stability, several election cycles with peaceful transition, Liberia is uniquely positioned to lend her expertise to the Security Council especially in a time where our world is deeply divided and polarized. It is my hope and prayer that our bid will be granted and that Liberia will join with other nations to bring our world closer to peace and bring our collective humanity to a place where the founding fathers of the UN wanted it to be. A people
Power to actually have strong influence on the council?
First and foremost, we need a total overhaul. We need a total overhaul, and that means looking at overall the structure, the principles, looking overall at the functioning of the Security Council. It's not just a matter of seats, but how will you be seated at the table? And it's not just a matter of speaking. Will you be heard at the table? It's not a matter of being heard. Will there be action at the table? So there's a lot to look at. And I think just talking about veto or non-veto is not the issue. It's about overhauling the entire system. I would like to be a part of a process that reviews the entire peacekeeping operation around the world. The systems we have today and the solutions and the tools were made back after World War II. I mean, they're not fit for purpose for the current world that we're living in. And I believe very, very strongly that we need to go back to the beginning, go back to the foundation, look at what's there and look at what needs to be totally overhauled and reformed.
So a lot of critics view the Security Council as effectively a paralyzed institution when you look at crises like the wars in Gaza, Ukraine. Critics would say that they've been unable to take substantive actions in response to conflicts like this. Do you think reform could help, going back to the drawing board as you described, could that help rebuild trust and legitimacy in the Security Council as an institution?
The UN needs to lead by example. And the UN needs to stand by the principles that it holds others accountable to. You can't be telling nations, least developed countries, developing countries, that they must be inclusive and that you must have equitable systems and all of these things where the highest body at the UN is very skewed in terms of who has a voice and who can say what happens around the world and then can choose not to live by what they're telling others to do. I'm sorry, it doesn't work anymore, and we need to be held accountable. All of us need to be held accountable, not only some of us.
I know you have a limited amount of time here, so thank you for being here with me today. I guess to wrap things up, look, we can talk about reform, but there are some very realistic or real obstacles to reform. What would you identify as the biggest obstacles, and how can they be overcome?
Imbalance of power. The big get bigger and the small get smaller. And until we all raise a voice together to find a balance, it's not going to change.
I'm Senator Western Milton Finlay, former Foreign Minister of Liberia, was sent by directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia with a special message to his brother. And in that message, Liberia is seeking the seat for the non-permanent position of the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council. And so we are seeking the support of the Republic of Burundi, and that is the message that we brought to request for the kind support of the people of Burundi for Liberia on the Security Council seat. Well, the President have consented to give his brother the support and the people of Liberia the support. You know, we and Liberia and Burundi share a common history of civil crisis, and it will be good for us to serve on that council. So we come with our experience, we come with the issues of civil division in our country, and both countries have made tremendous progress in terms of unity, reconciliation, and so it will be good for Liberia to be there, and hopefully in the future we look for Liberia to support Burundi in the future for the Security Council.
And so for me, I think the important conversation to have is speaking truth to power and being able to speak truth to power in a way where we can hold people accountable, and to say to those countries who feel that they're bigger than the rest of the world, it stops here. And we all need space. And if the space isn't big enough, make the space bigger.
Well, thank you for being here with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lema Roberta Bowie, 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner, a proud citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I join my voice with that of the citizens of Liberia and our government to endorse our bid for a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council. I believe that after 14 years of devastating civil war, a peace process that involved everyone, especially driven by women, 21 years of stability, several election cycles with peaceful transition, Liberia is uniquely positioned to lend her expertise to the Security Council, especially in a time where our world is deeply divided and polarized. It is my hope and prayer that our bid will be granted and that Liberia will join with other nations to bring our world closer to peace and bring our collective humanity to a place where the founding fathers of the UN wanted it to be, a people-centered world. Thank you, and God bless us all. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lema Roberta Bowie, 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner, a proud citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I join my voice with that of the citizens of Liberia and our government to endorse our bid for a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council. I believe that after 14 years of devastating civil war, a peace process that involved everyone, especially driven by women, 21 years of stability, several election cycles with peaceful transition, Liberia is uniquely positioned to lend her expertise to the Security Council, especially in a time where our world is deeply divided.
And we're here to talk about UN Security Council reform. So there are growing calls for from African countries for permanent representation on the UN Security Council. This is not the first time we've heard calls for reform, but they seem particularly strong at the moment. Why do you think that is?
I think the time is right for the strong calls because many African countries have had different experiences that have led many of us to believe that the current configuration for global governance on peace and security is no longer fit for purpose. The needs of countries during conflict, post-conflict, for reconstruction are not being met in line with the expectations, and it's important that voices are heard. We talk about leaving no one behind. And if the countries that are affected don't feel they have adequate and just and equitable representation, then there's a problem.
Do you think that African countries should be given permanent seats on the Council? And if so, how would they be selected?
I know that they should be given permanent seats because Africa is the source of most of the resources of the world. And Africa is very critical to global governance, to multilateralism. You cannot have a rules-based world order that does not reflect all of the world's people adequately. So it needs to happen. And if permanent seats are selected, we have the African Union. The African Union will decide how the African Union is represented at the Security Council.
The U.S. has voiced support for giving 2 permanent seats to African countries, but without veto power. Without that power, wouldn't these roles largely be symbolic? Do you need the veto power to actually have strong influence on the Council?
First and foremost, we need a total overhaul. We need a total overhaul, and that means looking at overall the structure, the principles, looking overall at the functioning of the Security Council. And it's not just a matter of seats, but how will you be seated at the table? And it's not just a...
Your Excellencies, it is with profound gratitude that we are here as the government to express to you our appreciation for your support of Liberia as a member of the Security Council. Liberia being a founding member of the Security Council, a record or history we cherish, Liberia is also a beneficiary of the decision and actions of the United Nations and the Security Council that help to restore peace and stability to our country. And it is with this background and it is with this mindset and determination that we are seeking to occupy a seat and be elected so that Liberia, using our history and our experience to fight for global peace, stability, and justice around the world, to ensure that we have a peaceful world where human beings, our fellow human beings, without discrimination, can live in peace, enjoy the peace of this world, enjoy opportunities, and equal opportunities without discrimination. We want to say thank you to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia, recognize and appreciate the effort and support of the President of Liberia toward this effort. And we've come here today to commit the Liberian legislature to this effort, wherein all efforts and decisions of the United Nations, resolutions, or whatever that needs ratification and support of Liberia, you have our support. I want to thank you and God bless you.
Matter of speaking, will you be heard at the table? It's not a matter of being heard. Will there be action at the table? So there's a lot to look at. And I think just talking about veto or non-veto is...
Your Excellencies, members of the UN family here in New York, Liberians here and at home, and everywhere you find yourselves today, it is an honor to stand before you today as we close Liberia's campaign for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council for the term 2026-2027. We are not here simply to make a bid, but to make a case. To make a case for shared values, to make a case for collective responsibility, and to make a case for a renewed voice from a country that knows both the scars of conflict and also the power of peace. Liberia's unique history positions us to contribute meaningfully to global peace and security. As a nation that emerged from civil war through the helping hands of the international community, guided by UN peacekeepers, regional solidarity, and the resilience of its people, we understand firsthand the state of the Security Council decisions. And I would like to beg everyone to listen very keenly to what Liberia has to say. We are no longer passive recipients of peacekeeping. We are now active contributors to peacekeeping. And we want to be a critical shaper of peace building in the world. The future of peace building is what Liberia wants to contribute to. As President Joseph Newman Boyhart recently said, Liberia has known the worst of war. And because of that, we have an unshakable commitment to peace. We want to bring the lessons of our past to serve a more secure and just future for all. This seat is not just about global engagement. It is about national transformation. As Liberia advances its development agenda, including its commitment to governance reform, infrastructure, human capital, and climate resilience, a seat on the Council gives us a tool to do three things. Elevate our priorities. We can shape agendas that reflect the security development nexus. Deepen partnerships. Council membership will strengthen our diplomatic leverage, attracting investment and strategic alliances. grow our capacity. We will build institutional experience and diplomatic maturity that will serve Liberia for generations. What are our priorities coming to the Security Council? Women, peace, and security priority number 1. Liberia was the birthplace for the world, for Africa's first female elected head of state, and the host of one of the most transformative peacekeeping missions. Our women, Liberian women, fought for peace, and Liberian women stood for peace. We know that peace is not sustainable without women. As former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf once declared, the future of Liberia and the world rests on our ability to empower women as agents of peace and guardians of justice. We commit to amplifying their voices at every level, from local mediation tables to Security Council chambers. Our second agenda, youth, peace, and security. In Liberia, over 60% of the population is under 25. Young people are not only the future, young people are our present. We will champion their inclusion in peace building, conflict prevention, and national development, ensuring that they are seen not as risks, but as partners. Liberia's foreign policy has never been about distant ideals. It is and will remain rooted in our domestic realities. Our founding principle is clear. Our foreign policy is built on our domestic policy. And to live out that principle, during our tenure on the Security Council, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will work closely with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Ministry of Gender, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Together, we will actively engage women and youth from across Liberia, from counties and communities, from towns and traditional structures. We will ensure that what we say at the Security Council table does not just reflect elite diplomacy, but carries the weight of real lives, real voices, and real aspirations. Liberia will not just speak about women and youth. We will speak with them and we will speak for them. The third priority is UN Security Council reform and peacekeeping reform. Our journey with UN peacekeeping taught us lessons.
This is I would like to welcome you to this edition of the Morning Ride. Pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you for joining us on this wonderful conversation. But this is the Morning Ride. It's good to be back here again as usual. This is your breakfast info companion program that takes you around Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world. Welcome. Promises to be great as usual, stimulating, very thought provocative, the very hard truth I say on this platform, critical analysis, whether you like it or not, well, it's up to you. But it's good to have you joining us this wonderful day. It's the 29th day in the month of May, and the year stands at 2025. I'm Wiki Brooks, Ambassador Jonathan Vivas is alongside, and Sakano is the man behind the camera producing all of the sounds and video on this edition of the Morning Ride. Welcome as we walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, help to shift the paradigm about democracy. What I favor, undiluted truth, I said on this platform. Welcome as we discuss critical nationalism. You know, we thought to play you this audio that you get to know what's unfolding. Liberia have asked the world for a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council, which is a 2 years journey. You are there. But are we asking ourselves what Liberia stands to benefit as a country, or we just want to make a name? There are countries that serve in that position. Why we want it at this time? What Liberia stands to benefit? Nation and people. And we have seen a lot of our officials of government, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and other ambassadors have made a case which they are selling Liberia at a bigger picture. But Liberia are also asking. Former President George Weah have not been able to give his support. The Nobel laureate Lyman Bowie is also there, alongside former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former Putin, Mayton Besson-Garfield, Senator of Grand Bassa County,
Milton.
Darius DeLong. Liberians are also say, oh, President Weah, former President Weah is now regretting his defeat. He shouldn't have accepted that because he got defeated, so he shouldn't have. Yeah. And this is where we find ourselves. And this is where we are today. We are now asking for this seat, a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council. It's a temporary seat on the Security Council and held by member states for a 2-year term, elected by the UN General Assembly. And they normally rotate amongst members of the United Nations, and they are not permanent. I would say non-permanent. So you're not like the permanent member. Like you got China, you got France, you got Russia, the UK, and America. These are the permanent members. You serve for 2 years. And Liberians are asking, why is it that the former president is not involved into this matter? He served before as goodwill ambassador of the United Nations, specifically UNICEF. He served as president, peace ambassador, president of Liberia as well. And today, Liberia seeking this seat, and he's not involved. Even former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the Liberian, claimed that she was not in good line with the current president, Joseph Parker, which dared her after she left 12 years as president and was defeated by former President George Weah. But today, she's now leading the team. Lyman Bowie, Mayton Besson-Garfield, who also supported the CDC government. And today he's also there. What is happening that the former president, President George Weah, is so hurt that he cannot put his personal ego aside and say, this is the picture of Liberia. This is our kids. Known full well, he is an iconic figure of our country, loved by the people. You can't take away the love that Liberians have for former President George Weah. No, don't even go around it. It's love. But what is it that he's not involved into this matter? Some are asking, this thing is based on Liberia, not personal hurt. As former president, you are receiving all what you should be receiving at this time. In all of these things. And this is where now we find ourselves. And this is where we are. How do we solve this matter? Nobody takes away the support of the former president. He's a figure to be reckoned with. As former president, everybody been talking that his support to this seat will be very significant in the process. Well respected, loved, but this is where we are. And Liberians, do your own understanding and calculation as to where do we stand? Are we looking for name or benefit? Which one? We are spending some money. People are traveling across the continent, across the world, making Liberia cakes. Taxpayer money being spent in the process. But at the end of the day, what are we going to have in return? It said we just want to have it and make the case for our government. And all of these things. But this is where we are. And Liberians, some Liberians, the way they understand and think is so terrible. You feel for them. You can't afford to even feed your family. You can't afford to have television. You can't afford to have electricity, water. But you support the wrongs. You don't do a clear understanding of analysis or the country. You heard the former president, he pointed a finger at some of you. He said, we're in power, we fear some of you people, we get they want, but yet and still y'all did not vote for us. Shame. Y'all ain't made money, y'all did not vote for him. You backing opposition, you claiming that you love this party. What did you do to retain power? Sad. We are divided to the extent that even when it comes to national issues that Liberians should be pushing, we still want to show that we're from the green, or we're from the blue, or we're from the white, or from the pink. We are discussing Liberia. What are we going to quickly put down our political government and say, look, let's look at this. let's look at this and say, yes, we are founding member of the United Nations. Can we get there? Can we regain our status as the oldest independent nation in Africa? What are we? But we still want to play politics in this thing. The former president is there, man, at her age. She's traveling around the world. While the former president, President George Weah, still carrying eagles, still carrying arms or high there. But yet, receiving all of his benefits as former president and Republic of Liberia. And some of you know, you live on handouts. When somebody don't give it, you get receive. And all of these things. And people are asking, we're advising the former president. And this is where we are. You have people who supported the former president, the likes of Mason Garfini, who resigned from the United Party their government to support the presidential bid of former President Weah, the re-election, and even supported him in the process that he got elected. Today, he's there making elaborate cakes. What is so hurtful that former President Weah can say, let me lay down this? When I'm Ellen Johnson said the former president of Liberia, there were a lot of things that were said about how. But she's one of the presidents who now supporting Liberia presidential bid for the non-permanent seat. And we should all be asking ourselves as people, as of the nation, what do we stand? Is it a name that we just want to have, or we want to, or we stand to benefit a whole lot? And all of these things. Don't worry, our money will finish on text. You gotta only read it no more, so you can't delete. But you wake up in the morning, you only listen to Kool. Fake people. In the words of Donald Trump, who were telling somebody, who, as they say, he said, "Oh, I don't take that." When you discuss Liberia, people take politics or take party above the country, take individual above the country. Who told you that former President George Weah is better than anybody or more Liberian than anybody? Let's get serious. His contribution or not his contribution can do nothing. But as a citizen born in Liberia, and people stood under the rain and the sun to say, yeah, we support this individual, this man is the man to lead the way. Loved by the people across the country. They gave you the time to serve. When the people are requesting your support, you showing now that people did it better than you, people did this. People accuse you of selling gains. People accuse you of doing all sorts of things. But yet instead they stood in the rain and the sun and have you elected. They asking for your favor now. You're going back to show the people that they respected you. Do you know what it means to be president? Liberia, the presidency, that's 6 years. America, 4 years. Can you imagine? You will last longer than the president of the powerful nation on earth. But yet, after look how much Ellen Johnson said, 12 years as president. 12 years. But today, she's at her age, over 80 years, still making Liberia cakes. All have not been rosy with she and President Parker. Even when he wanted to be president. Man, Ellen Johnson said he supported former President George to be president. It was open, it was clear. He got elected. Everybody felt that she would have never supported this government, but today she's making Liberia cakes. Lima Bowie, the former foreign minister, people who supported you, brought you to the presidency. But you still carry ego because people lie to you that people they respect you, so you vex. But you want to be president tomorrow. You want to come back to the presidency. How do you come back? And that's why we keep asking. Why in opposition, those of you who are claiming and fighting, what are you doing to get back? The narratives, are you changing the lives of the people? Oh man. That's why I always love to play this song. I'm not Jesus, I'm not God, but I will play this song called God.
Lessons of strength, of sacrifice, and lessons of solidarity. But we also saw the gaps and the shortcomings of a mission that sought to keep the peace, but could have done more to build the peace infrastructure that remains fragile but yet resilient today. Liberia will advocate for reforms that make peacekeeping more effective, accountable, inclusive, with stronger partnerships between us, the UN regional bodies, our civil society and other actors, especially the African Union and ECOWAS, as well as the Monterey Union. The fourth priority, climate, conflict, and natural resources. Climate change is a threat multiplier. In Liberia, deforestation, flooding, and competition over land and water resources increasingly risk fueling local conflicts. But let us be clear, our natural resources are just that. Hello? Let us be clear. Our natural resources are just that. Our natural resources. They are our natural resources. They should not serve as a source of land degradation, environmental crises, or violent conflict. No child should be displaced.
We place our leaders into these positions. At the end of the day, we criticize them the next day. What we do? Oh yeah. You want to see this person in this position. You do all, when they get there, all of the things that the planet, they talk about reconciliation, they talk about unifying ourselves. But at the end of the day, you stay hurt because of something somebody did. And that's what Creighton Duncan said. Senator Creighton Duncan of Sano County. He said the very same Liberians that will elect you, they will choose to lash at you after you get elected and assume that you have amassed or amassing wealth for yourself after assuming these public offices. The people you say in the win and so forth. The former president said they will ask you for $100 again and $100, say complain. Then some of you will pay your rent, who did it, but you still chose to not have a re-elected. And Silvio Carrasco said the former president regretting, he stated it, the former president is regretting for accepting or conceding defeat. And all of these things, you tend to overlook these things. We'll go back and play all of the voices of those who are making Liberia kids. We'll go back to do that.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lema Roberta Bowie, 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner, a proud citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I join my voice with that of the citizens of Liberia and our government to endorse our bid for a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council. I believe that after 14 years of devastating civil war, a peace process that involved everyone, especially driven by women, 21 years of stability, several election cycles with peaceful transition, Liberia is uniquely positioned to lend her expertise to the Security Council, especially in a time where our world is deeply divided and polarized. It is my hope and prayer that our bid will be granted and that Liberia will join with other nations to bring our world closer to peace and bring our collective humanity to a place where the founding fathers of the UN wanted it to be, a people-centered world.
I'm Senator Weslingaf Milton Finlay, former Foreign Minister of Liberia. Was sent by directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia with a special message to his brother. And in that message, Liberia is seeking the seat for the non-permanent position of the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council. And so we are seeking the support of the Republic of Burundi, and that is the message that we brought to request for the kind support of the people of Burundi for Liberia on the Security Council seat. Well, the President have consented to give his brother the support and the people of Liberia the support. You know, we and Liberia and Burundi share a common history of civil crisis, and it will be good for us to serve on that council. So we come with our experience, we come with the issues of civil division in our country, and both countries have made tremendous progress in terms of unity, reconciliation, and so it will be good for Liberia to be there, and hopefully in the future we look for Liberia to support Burundi in the future for the Security Council.
Stability and justice around the world to ensure that we have a peaceful world where human beings, our fellow human beings, without discrimination, can live in peace, enjoy the peace of this world, enjoy opportunities and equal opportunities without discrimination. We want to say thank you to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia, recognize and appreciate the effort and support of the President of Liberia toward this effort. And we've come here today to commit the Liberian legislature to this effort, wherein all efforts and decisions of the United Nations, resolutions, or whatever that needs ratification and support of Liberia, you have our support. I want to thank you and God bless you.
Human Boycott recently said, Liberia has known the worst of war, and because of that, we have an unshakable commitment to peace. We want to bring the lessons of our past to serve a more secure and just future for all. This seat is not just about global engagement, it is about national transformation. As Liberia advances its development agenda, including its commitment to governance reform, infrastructure, human capital, and climate resilience, a seat on the council gives us a tool to do three things: elevate our priorities, we can shape agendas that reflect the security development nexus, deepen partnerships, council membership will strengthen our diplomatic leverage, attracting investment and strategic alliances, grow our capacity, will build institutional experience and diplomatic maturity that will serve Liberia for generations. What are our priorities coming to the Security Council? Women, peace, and security priority number 1. Liberia was the birthplace for the world for Africa's first female elected head of state and the host of one of the most transformative peacekeeping missions. Our women, Liberian women, fought for peace, and Liberian women stood for peace. We know that peace is not sustainable without women. As former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf once declared, the future of Liberia and the world rests on our ability to empower women as agents of peace and guardians of justice. We commit to amplifying their voices at every level, from local mediation tables to Security Council chambers. Our second agenda, youth, peace, and security. In Liberia, over 60% of the population is under 25. Young people are not only the future, young people are our present. We will champion their inclusion in peace building, conflict prevention, and national development, ensuring that they are seen not as risks, but as partners. Liberia's foreign policy has never been about distant ideals. It is and will remain rooted in our domestic realities. Our founding principle is clear: our foreign policy is built on our domestic policy. And to live out that principle, during our tenure on the Security Council, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will work closely with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Ministry of Gender, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Together, we will actively engage women and youth from across Liberia, from counties and communities, from towns and traditional structures. We will ensure that what we say at the Security Council table does not just reflect elite diplomacy, but carries the weight of real lives, real voices, and real aspirations. Liberia will not just speak about women and youth. We will speak with them and we will speak for them. The third priority is UN Security Council reform and peacekeeping reform. Our journey with UN peacekeeping taught us lessons of strength, of sacrifice, and lessons of solidarity. But we also saw the gaps and the shortcomings of a mission that sought to keep the peace, but could have done more to build a peace infrastructure that remains fragile, but yet resilient today. Liberia will advocate for reforms that make peacekeeping more effective, accountable, inclusive, with stronger partnerships between us, the UN regional bodies, our civil society, and other actors, especially the African Union and ECOWAS, as well as the Manu River Union. The fourth priority, climate, conflict, and natural resources. Climate change is a threat multiplier. In Liberia, deforestation, flooding, and competition over land and water resources increasingly risk fueling local conflicts. But let us be clear, our natural resources are just that. Hello? Hello? Let us be clear. Our natural resources are just that. Our
Listen
natural
to
resources.
those officials of government that is currently past and permanent citizen as well, past and present official of government, and permanent citizen, making case for Liberia. The Liberians are concerned that the former president, Ambassador George Wanner, we are not involved. They know how he been respected, but yet former President Ellen Johnson said leave is there. But this is a man who promised to improve the lives of Liberians if elected as president. We'll go back on memory lane and you will listen to what he said.
The best way to celebrate Liberians is to improve their lives. You ask somebody for $100 in development. You understand? So even the person who I'm going to pay $90 for $100, the person was set on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, any serious person go to someone ask for $100, and he said, "Take 90." You can be grateful, you can be joyful. Because there are some of the things that letting go for. You want $20, but he says, "Mama, I got 15." Take the 15 and go to another person. That's life. Possibility. You got possibility around you. But you're getting very poor for nothing. You're getting angry. And you in a group, you're angry. Why are you angry about? So, I call that against me. No, people take decisions anyhow. You sit down with a friend, oh, you know, one day I went to Georgia, you know, I asked Georgia for $100, he gave me $90. You ask somebody for $100, $90 in development. You understand? So even the person who I'm going to pay $90 for $100, the person was set on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, any serious person go to someone ask for $100, and he said, "Take 90." You can be grateful, you can be joyful. Because there are some of the things that letting go for. You want $20, but he says, "Mama, I got 15." Take the 15 and go to another person. That's life. Possibility. You got possibility around you. But you're getting very poor for that. You sit down with a friend, oh, you know, one day I went to Georgia, you know, I asked Georgia for $100, he gave me $90. You ask somebody for $100, $90 in development. You understand? So even the person who I'm going to pay $90 for $100, the person was set on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, any serious person go to someone ask for $100, and he said, "Take 90."
Why in office? Oh, can we see that as a mean? Yeah. But where we are as a nation, as a people, we'll go for our commercial break, Mary Maga, and when we come back this morning, we'll go to the lines. But Mary Maga, Mary for left, Health City Center International Day in Bonaz Farm, Kingsville, Mossorara County, Liberia. These are folks who are here giving or supplements, make sure that you got low blood pressure, typhoid, growth, sexual transmitted diseases, ulcer, rheumatism. The folks are there and they're doing extremely well and making sure that Liberians, this is not supplement I've imported, made right in Liberia, you know, herbs. You get there, you explain exactly, it's not somewhere where you say, oh yeah, the boy doing Saint Cotty. No, not playing you go over Saint Cotty. You go there and you get all of the basic information that you need when you provide your medical history. Oh, I've been suffering from this, I've been suffering from that, I got this, I've not given birth for a long period of time. They will give you, this is a supplement. They heard that got measurement. Don't think you get it, you go, no. They will teach you, they will guide you in the process. But let's go for this.
One thing we ask of you, one thing that we...
The people are into selling Marimaga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settle down in Moserado County. The Marimaga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marimaga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marimaga hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settle down in Moserado County here. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marimaga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marimaga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marimaga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marimaga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Marimaga hot tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom, my stomach hurting, my wife, my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marimaga hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marimaga hot tea, they can kill it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Marimaga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marimaga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Marimaga hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Marimaga hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Marimaga hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marimaga hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sisi Galima.
Okay.
I live in Kool. This medicine has gone well for me from Monday to this Monday, making it 1 week. Okay. The first of all, typhoid have been disturbing me. That even it has taken me more than 5 years. I don't take bath with cold water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine. I take bath with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also, even my outside have not been too clear, but it makes now I can see a distance, seeing very clear. And also, as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go school and come back, which is my sexual organ is very active.
That's great.
As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very good. It's natural. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it well perfect.
My mother was sick. I've been spending money from hospital to hospital, but that time she almost died. I sent for my people in the Cape. And when I hear the news over here, I have brought her. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well. Even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people come here. Okay. They need testimony. All right. So they embarrassed me. And that's when we were supposed to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. When they did testimony, people see what I want to do. Every time people when they come here for their medicine. Okay. So they're medicine, but they're doing well. My oh my yeah, she was not working. Our baby in your house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed, she go in the bathroom, she pay for herself. She was not ever asking people.
I gave it a bad and you get category. If I call a bag, I okay. Now I studied in the for away you. Can I hang on the little food?
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the medicine from buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you are suffering from?
Our foot problem. Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was working? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Marie Maga Hot Tea, for some more money. The Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 Liberian. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Montserrado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marie Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361 and 0776 369805. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's more money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. And so rush now and you will live happily. The people are into selling Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Montserrado County. The Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine and how cool it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Montserrado County here. In Montserrado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marie Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's more money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marie Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say, my stomach hurting, my mom, my stomach hurting, my wife, my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marie Maga Hot Tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say, bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women, they Marie Maga Hot Tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear, they Marie Maga Hot Tea can solve it, it can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marie Maga Hot Tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain, every time you complain of your back hurting, pain in my back, Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem, this Marie Maga hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marie Maga hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sidney Galima. Okay. I live in Kool, but this medicine have done well for me from Monday to this Monday, making it 1 week. Okay. The first of all, Carrefour have been disturbing me. That even it have taken me more than 5 years, I don't take back with cold water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fire, I take back with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my outside have not been too clear, but it make now I can see a distance, seeing very clear, and also as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go school and come back, which is my sexual organ is very, very active. That's great. As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very, very good. It's natural. Right. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it well perfect.
My mother was sick. I've been spending money from hospital to hospital, but that time she almost died. You send for my people and they came. And when I hear the news over here, I tell God, thank you. She well, and even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, please go back, come here. Okay. Gave me testimony. All right. So they medicine me. And that's when we were supposed to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. But they did testimony. People see what I want to do. Every time people going to come here for their medicine. Okay. So their medicine, but they're doing well. My mama, yeah, she was not working. Our baby in the house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed. She go in the bathroom, she pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
I
was give it the badge and the Zuga category. The call about okay.
Now I studied in the for away you. Can I have a little mama,
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the medicine from buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you are suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was working you? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Marie Maga hot tea, for some more money. The Marie Maga hot tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Montserrado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marie Maga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga hot tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361 and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga hot tea medicine, that's more money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. And so rush now and you will live happily. The people are into selling Marie Maga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settle down in Montserrado County. The Marie Maga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marie Maga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marie Maga hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settle down in Montserrado County here. In Montserrado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu Tissue Factory,
ourselves with Marie Maga. Marie Maga is our proud sponsor, and this morning is great to have all of you again reminded that Marie Maga is in Masurado County, and you can have the opportunity to get there and get your supplement. Marie Maga, the hot tea, is a supplement and is good, very much important to clean the body. So it's good that you get in contact with the Marie Maga process. Some of you suffer from typhoid, suffering from also suffering from low blood pressure, stroke. For the women, you've got growth, sexually transmitted diseases, rheumatism, and a lot more. So it's important. And you listen, there are several testimonies already from folks who have come across Marie Maga. It's important that you yourself get through or get to it. And it's very easy to drink. It's a tea in the morning, very, very easy to drink. And it's also good for you to clean your body. Sometimes you might not know what's going on. So if you got eye problem, you got low blood pressure, all of those issues, Marie Maga can clean the body, and it's very, very much important. Like you listen to the ad. Marie Maga is in Bernard's Farm opposite the tissue factory. Just about a minute or two walk, and you see the building, the fence with the banners on the fence. You get straight in that area, you get to be greeted by the Marie Maga family. And Marie Maga is also have another branch already in town at Camp Johnson and Clay Street intersection. There, right around there, where you, if you are towards the Executive Marshal end, facing the Executive Marshal end, you can see 1, 2, 3 stores right around there, and you'll get a family and you'll be greeted by them. It's very, very much important, and so you are encouraged to get this hot tea and drink it in the morning. Marie Maga is in Liberia also this morning. Good morning.
Right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marie Maga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom, my stomach hurting, my wife, my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marie Maga hot tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see.
In the body and sexually transmitted disease and all these issues are what Marie Maga. And Marie Maga can do more than that. So it's important, like I said to you, Camp Johnson Road and Clay Street, there's a new office there. It's a plan of Marie Maga to extend to other parts. It's currently in 4 counties. Masurado is just the one I just located where they are, Bernard's Farm and Clay and Camp Johnson Road there. And they are in Lofa County, even the Zoso, even the Venturema, even the Kool, Foya. The presence of Marie Maga is there. And if you're into Bon County, I'm going to find the capital city Banga, Marie Maga hot tea is already there. And if you are into Nimba County, Nimba, Ganta, the Compass City, the Marie Maga is there. So there are plans to extend to other parts. So as soon as we get those areas set up, we will definitely inform you about the Marie Maga process. The Marie Maga hot tea will read some numbers. As a matter of fact, that others have already been read. We'll read some numbers for you for direction and for question answering purposes. For whatever you want to know about Marie Maga, you can call these numbers.
Mr. Prince B. Gray Senior, 0776 369 805, 0776 369 805, and 0888 856 776, 0888 856 776. And this is, for a matter of fact, when you're speaking to Mr. Gray, you're speaking to Mr. Gray from the Bananas Farm opposite the factory end. And for Camp Johnson Road, clear intersection, you can call this number 0775 499 549, 0775 499 549. I'm going to read this again for in town. This number is only for in town. 0775 499 549, 0775 499 549. This number that ends with the 549 is only exclusive for in town when you want to get questions. You got questions there. You can they will answer that question for you. If you're around there, it will be very, very much easy. It will be very, very much easy for you there. And if you are in the Painesville Belt, you can call the two numbers I called earlier on, and you will certainly be with them there at that area. So it's important for you, Mary Maga. It works beyond, and I'm evident of that. I watched several witnesses. I've seen a lot, and there are folks. There are testimony currently into Mosoro. Can remember we're just barely into our second month since the office opened there into Mosoro County, and already there are testimonies. There are testimonies out. So it is very, very, very much important for you to get associated with Mary Maga and get yourself healed. There's a one-stop shop area that you get healed. It's an opportunity for you. So Mary Maga is our proud partner. Yes, sure. Good morning to all of you this morning.
Okay, good morning to all of you as usual. The ambassador, you heard from him, but trust me, you can go there and you will be one of the testimonies that will say, yes, I went there, I saw, I felt like hunger, whatever illness I've been going through, but I'm healed. I'm trying to take Sacchanon every few days, and he will be well treated. Well, it's time that we go to the lines this morning. Just to take it back, the former president, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, had joined the team to make the case for Liberia, seeking a non-permanent seat.
And it's very important.
Yeah, Lyman Bowie is also there, former pro tem and current senator of Grand Bassa County, Mayton, Besson Gafili, on the Bodaris alone, and all of these people are making the case for Liberia. But the former president, President George Weah,
don't know why he
he's so hurt or bitter about what
really happened. Elections
after accepting defeat.
Surely,
a former aide said as the man he said the president regretting why the former president regretting why he should accept defeat.
And even somebody even say, oh, like Brent put regretting why I didn't vote president. We are all the thing. Who will tell you that? Because number one, it's just observing the mind of putting that. Ambassador, the constitution are given a term 6 years, whether you like it or not. If the people don't vote you, know that at 6 years.
For you to say.
I don't see why people can be there thing here.
Yeah.
The president now is there, you know that 6 years, by the time you stay there.
If you don't do well,
the people don't vote you. So I don't want people to make this thing taken away.
People. This is a general in your party. Nobody will vote for him to come back. They will leave right when just
the people might go back for the CDC or go for the Liberty Party, the ANC or whatsoever. When after election, after the president accepted, the former president accepted defeat, the way he spoke, everybody admired him. Yeah. But obviously he is just trying to be something different. Listen to him.
Because some of the things of Georgia, you sit down with a friend, oh, you know, one day I went to Georgia, you know, I asked Georgia for $100, he gave me $90. You ask somebody for $100, he gave you $90 and you pay with a man? You understand? So even the person I'm going to pay $90 for $100, the person was set on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, in any serious way to go to someone and ask for $100, and you say, take $90. You can be grateful, you can be joyful. Because there are some of the things that they very lot of people for. You want $200, everybody say, I got 15. Take the 15 and go to another person. That's life. Possibility. You got possibility around you. But you're getting very poor for nothing. You're getting angry. And you eat a group, you're angry. Why are you angry about? So, I call that against me. No, people take decisions anyhow. You sit down with a friend, oh, you know, one day I went to Georgia, you know, I asked Georgia for $100, he gave me $90. You ask somebody for $100, he gave you $90 and you pay with a man? You understand? So even the person I'm going to pay $90 for $100, the person was set on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, in any serious way to go to someone and ask for $100, and you say, take $90. You can be grateful, you can be joyful. Because there are some of the things that getting very lot of people for. You want $200, everybody say, I got 15. Take the 15 and go to another person. That's life. Possibility. You got possibility around you. But you're getting very poor for nothing. You're getting angry. And you eat a group, you're angry. Why are you angry about? So, I call that against me. No, people take decisions anyhow. You sit down with a friend, oh, you know, one day I went to Georgia, you know, I asked Georgia for $100, he gave me $90. You ask somebody for $100, he gave you $90 and you pay with a man? You understand? So even the person I'm going to pay $90 for $100, the person was set on them. Because the first thing you're supposed to do is to be grateful for what you have. And no, in any serious way to go to someone and ask for $100, and you say, take $90. You can be grateful, you can be joyful. Because
that's the million people to steal the show. That's the voice of the former president.
He's saying you're good today. Nobody talking.
No, the boy talking.
Yeah.
So let somebody tell us now that we were in the course yesterday. The former president telling you we let ourselves down. You have a job to perform. You have a position to secure.
Well, then the book.
But today, Nathaniel Va and Bruce are the people who now you accuse him. But they're not the main person talking about. But this is the man talking about reconciliation, but he had to join the band welcome to say, let me the kids for Liberia. We'll go to the lines and talk to you. Speak your minds on these issues this morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Ambassador. The two ambassador on the studio, good morning this morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, thank you for the topic this morning. First of all, we just know that by the grace of the Almighty God, Liberia will get the seat. I know by God's power.
All right.
God will make sure Liberia will get the seat. Plus and minus, the former president, Liberia will make the case and Liberia will make the case. You understand? Then one is just so a caveat that, you know, people usually say, President, we are there, the country at heart. This is the country that get heart. This is the behavior that gets in the heart for the country. You understand? But we don't have any problem about that. Our prayer is for Liberia to grow on the map so that Liberia will be recognized in the world. And Liberia has done so many things, a lot of things in the world that Liberia is recognized. So if the after of prayer, Liberia will recognize. In the presence of prayer, Liberia will be recognized. Thank you this morning.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Ambassador Wiki and Nathaniel.
Good morning, sir.
In my Inclima Pacific and Zone community.
You're welcome.
Who are Emmanuel?
The former president is not surprising to us. They got in your city money when you're president.
No, give me that addressing properly.
Oh, man, I know.
I'm very diplomatic.
Yeah. I work for my president. You might have your disagreement with him, but
the president is not surprising to us. When you're president at that time, when you mentioned the EFDC, tell your friend, my man, don't give me house caution. I beg you, when you give me house caution, I'm not sorry. When the guy will represent all United Nations, why you want to prove that? Nothing we want to get for him, so you will shout because.
No, he has a voice, he has a say, he's influential. Don't overlook that.
So the fear is when we represent abroad there, what you want to say there? So he thinking about it.
But don't forget now, the former president addressed the United Nations on occasion. So
when you went there, you tell the guy, say, man, give me 20 minutes, I give them 20 minutes. Why I said that? Why I say you won't say the guy, you know that.
Okay, let's be so then, because you say Emmanuel. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Wiki, and good morning to Brahma.
Deeper.
Yeah, thank you, David. You welcome to and so connected. So Wiki, like the first caller said, there is a president who elected into power 2017 with intent with a lot of population that he had more love for the country than anybody else that we think about. But like we said, we don't know the reason why he continued doing what he's doing, because maybe he has some bitter. But if you listen to me today, President, Mr. Trump lost the election, he came back and won the election in America. No matter the hate, they want to put in jail, they told him, but he will stay focused and he came back. You can still become president for the country based on what you will do. People see, now people are complaining, oh, president, we have a better day. So you don't know tomorrow. But it is not good that you want to campaign against yourself, you say you can't go for yourself. In the kind of saying that, they're not putting the order, they're not about You're not about President Boga, you're not about Liberia. So if it's about Liberia issue, go and represent us and come back and say my people are went there for your business, they not go there because President Boga. It's a very good statement for you. It's another political game for you to win the game. To say, oh, I'm for your business, they not go for President Boga. Yeah. And they'll sit and say, you're not going there and they're our country. Let's say, if we lose, let's say, we pray that we shall lose, but if we lose our seat, we'll bring 100% into it. Because if we are a president, we'll be very, but not a president, a former president, we are, let's say, president important. The president lie, it's very important to be there.
Thank you. Sure, he's very important. Significant people too. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to thank you that this morning. It's not a good to bring these people up, but they're not good to go there. All is not review. All that's review. People have said, and we have said those, we have, I mean, former president is a big outcome. Is that we can bring peace in their own country? You come there as a state, there's no meditate for you. Or they can be running shit against you. So many people are listening to this video. They're really heavy on, and we'll make this country better. Then he goes so much for everything I have to do for this country. What will tell you that? This country will think. Our focus will be the country. We are thinking about it and anybody who has been the bureau or will care look. We'll move forward. This country will think. Thank you for this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for always joining us on this program as usual. This wonderful day, folks. Whatever you are, join the conversation this morning. Speak with civility as we discuss critical national issues on this edition of the Morning Ride. Let's go to the lines and talk to some of our callers. You live. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm George Kilbrady going from Germany. Good morning to Mr. Lord.
Go ahead, George.
the reason for which the former president either will attend the program in Washington is one, the country is deeply divided. Two, there's no reconciliation. Three, the democratic credential of these governments are perforated democratic credential. Fourth, freedom of speech has been trampled upon. Due to all those factors, President, we are being a men of peace, or don't believe in reconciliation, unity, and believe in the free will of the human mind. Will not go on a campaign on this guy to support this. If God can tell on ground that there's unity, there's reconciliation, he's not fake. Also knows that word that fake, it's just trying to show face. But no, there's credential in this person's there. And to you know that Diaco is part of the race. Let not surprise you. We see Diaco coming from nowhere to slash it. So President Biden is only can talk on the credential, but there's the chance of winning is I see it being very, very slim. Well, you know, I do it after that. When it's very slim, they're winning, see what you
Isn't that they are winning, they're having a chance to win, or it's like it's involving Liberia? Because when they should have won, if Baka is not there, Liberia still sit at that position. So it's not about the regime, it's about Liberia.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, I'll say this.
Are we looking at individual or we're looking at the country, the bigger picture? Are we looking at individual?
No, but if you look at Peter that Baka is looking at.
You're not just going to go for them. There should be a criteria for which you want to be awarded the award.
So what the criteria said? That Liberia is not adhering to, or Liberia don't meet the criteria to be a member of Go ahead.
Or to follow the local democratic credential. Is the democratic credential of this government perfect? I said no.
Are you looking at it holistically, or you looking at it as individual who are right that your party is no longer, or you looking at Liberia as a bigger picture?
I'm looking at from a holistic point. I'm going to cut over all for you 1 out of 10. If you take in the class, I'm going to do it for you.
Go ahead.
2, I just want a democratic credential of this government. When we see a democratic credential, you see freedom of speech. You have a trouble. Once you come and critique the government, they are all correcting you. They're not EPS, it comes from the Ministry of Information. And 2, you look at the wrong.
Do we have any political prisoner currently? Do you have bags?
No, you're not political prisoner. But I said they come with cracks.
But Ambassador, the first thing that Jews is, I won't be listening to me, the first thing getting the mix up is, it is not by this government performance that will look at Liberia winning a non-permanent seat. It is from past government, from the days of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, from the days of George Weah, from the days of this government. It's not being judged by Buckeye.
But if you are asking Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president, that was even expelled from the party before they even brought her back, and everybody thought she and President Baka were never on the same line, but to have seen her involvement into this matter, then one person said, our former president was Liberian, so much love and not into the process.
I see them being egocentric as a matter of
fact. I don't know.
But it's not by this government performance. It is by Liberia existence. You remember when you had an interview with Sarah Besler-Yanti?
Yeah.
Sarah Besler said Liberia is a founding member. To set this position, we can use our, even Liverpool, we said the same. We can use our position, our case study. How we want to rise up from the position we were in before to take as a work on the world platform. It is because of the performance of John Manuel Weah as president. It is because of the performance of Ellen Johnson as president that will make us win this thing. It is not about Buckeye. But I just spent less than 2 years. You spent 6 years. Ellen spent 12.
Sometimes
if you so much serve and don't think about that, you think that the people will judge up for less than 1 year.
You know,
2 years.
Sometimes I don't love to say it, but let me say something today. I do something listen.
Yeah, no, it's selfish.
Yeah, somebody say, oh, like the other person pull, that brought the map, that the other person. Look, let me tell you something. I found a historical family in Liberia. The first black woman to be president of the United Nations General Assembly. Angie Brooks Randall. That's the family I'm from. Either I get walk with my hair how in the street, but I just be myself.
People are judging one president where that did.
You what?
What Ellen Johnson did, and because Ellen is confident that she did something right on the continent, so that she's up in the field say, yes, I did this. This should be recognized on the world scene. We are a founding member of the United Nations.
Good morning, sir. Jimmy.
Thank you very much for this morning. You know, Uki and that.
Don't be very selfish, man.
Liberia people and get money to pay you guys and your family. But every information from every corner for the development of the country, you will get on the platform and inform the Liberian people. Our former president, the entire Liberia, they have the belief in you like we're going to develop the country. You didn't say the Liberian are outside. You didn't say the other country that know Liberia, they trusted you. So today, when the United Nations have any problem, the former president, the other great leader go there, people are expecting you to go to say something there. Even if when something will come on, they say, oh, because former president can go there. They're going to be good character about you for 2029. But you got a lot of groups around you. You got your own way before the other group that get around you. They got their own way pressing you. They say, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Talk about the Liberian people.
Yeah, in moving Liberia, former president Weah is very significant to whatever Liberia is pushing. Because for the kind of person he is, nobody should see his involvement or he's not involved to see it as something little.
What really did he do here? You don't want to say yes, I did it right.
The fact that he's refusing to give his support, it threatening us getting the seat because he's key.
Sure.
He's that ordinary man.
Yes. So we need President Weah and the Liberian people, they are begging you.
So former President Weah needs the entire country to go on their knees to go begging.
Yeah.
He begged the people for presidency. He got it on a silver platter. What did he do extra that he became president? Let me find that.
But why would you even? But why would you judge Boaka who say less than 2 years? They both stay 6 years and 12 years. Is that why they go judging? Then you say Boaka President Boaka. No.
But
it's what you did.
But you are your layer said that.
Yeah. What is someone that former president Weah did that he can stand to the word and BHS say I did this thing in each other country?
You can take one step of this, and you can take 1 step forward and 3 steps backward. After say, look at what he did right after the election to have conceded defeat.
Yeah.
Ahead of the official announcement.
I'm a president.
Oh, then you go back and you start regretting why you accepted.
Be sincere in this country, man. There's some don't take it how we sit and say no, we will not win or don't win. It's not about an individual. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, Mr. Scotty. Go ahead, man.
Every day I'm so what's story now. When you pray for something, support praying for work, support praying for what's more. The first person that can answer your prayer is don't called Prince of Pasha. Nothing that when you walk up you or pray for you. The first person you pray for what was wrong is Prince of Pasha can answer. And when you take it, one check come and say, I don't want small for us, send me to pure, what's more, I don't bet for us, send me to pure words. When you try that one, I want to open and say, I don't want to private property owned by the police. In there, we're looking for you 2 times, able before the third. He used all that private property owned by the public. Every time we talk to him, we say, what he did. He built all of the ocean for girlfriend, for whatever. He used all our private property, but you are owned by the public. At the end of the day, please don't try to move far away from us. If you find somebody who get no person, Different. We taking all very different or buying different cars. Boy, happy was. What will you do for them or happy people? The question we need to pray for now, if we need left for getting women to pay for. We say and build our country down. My children they are where yesterday, my phone yesterday. I'm far from more than 1 hour. And I'm far from Moruso. Somewhere it was there. What happened to Labro? The air was a Labro, well, different presidents, they can look around. What happened to Labro? That will crown, you go for peace, you go for what, you go for what, my children, what would you all say? They still do what I'm going there with their posts.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
You like? Go ahead.
Good morning to Wiki and good morning to the Destiny audience. So, my name is Abraham as a wheelchair and I'm joining from a district 4 resident. I think we are all patriotic and I think in my mind, former president, we are should do the needful to show that brother and not presidency. But again, we have to be careful and respect that. Today, the government multi-way administrative information are then used as insulting entity to former president. You can recall some months back, a very administrative information, Daniel Sano, insulted the former president and he said that he even needs the former president to go and sorry that on the independence. You can recall that. We are doing serious and this guy was speaking in the country here. You just said at the government entity, he insult former president, people calling and
let me ask you. This is one ministry that people have complained about over the years. Are you aware that under the watchful eyes of former President George Weah, that we all complain about people sat in that position, even from an early Johnson time, minister or deputy minister, they fought it all over there. Are you aware that under former President Weah, insults were being rained on other individuals, and you know they were wrong yesterday, and it should not be right today? Why do you want to identify it as something that you never condemned yesterday?
So the men who are raised up to be a president will listen to one man to raise the people who are came from an interest that will not do it.
You heard what I said? I said yesterday it was wrong. So we should accept it today. It's still wrong. You call Dana Sana inept? Now, okay, you want the right to be the wrong to be elected.
People can use it inept.
Thank you. You see? You say we're not.
You say people practice this and say
but you're not going to the level.
The power we taking out will make it right.
And this is something we said long before. And that ministry, the purpose of people being there, from the days of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and that of former President.
So we just tell what happened now then?
Yeah. The late Joe Morba and the late Professor Joe Morba, minister, they fought over there. The president even reinstated the deputy minister from the opposition camp before even reinstating the minister proper. We saw the legs of Basigia and that of our current permanent representative to the United Nations.
Yeah, Louis Brown.
They did it. The boxing took place over there. It was the same place that Eugene.
Can we say it was right?
It was the same place on a former president George Eugene Bagon was insulting people.
Was that right?
That's what we say.
So we say to us,
at the point the man inept.
Be careful.
When you saying we're not patriotic.
It's not even about an individual. We're looking at way above this. You are served as a president to listen to one man or one institution and say because they said something, I can't do it. And the simple you can't say you have a new president.
Yeah, somebody you're waiting for people not even for your party. The employer.
No, the party must say no, saying I'm not a party, they employ you.
But they look at you being a Liberian that is there to have a job, but not looking at party line. So sad. You're live. Gary, go ahead.
Thank you for your good representation. Ricky, you know, when
when you are listening to our far leader, the president leader, with their supporter and people who believe in their ideology, who see because when they are not in power, then nothing will go right. It just baffles me of the country. When you look at Ghana, when it comes to the country issue, the far leader and the president leader will come together and push, all because of the country. Now, because any out of them, the President Waka, the former President Obia, former President.
But nobody above this country. It's a privilege and honor that any the people will elect you are representing senator or president.
Tomorrow you will leave. You will come and play your part and leave, but that brother still will be. It should be the only thing that each and every one of them should push. You know, the problem most of our leaders and leaders they are being removed from power, they retire. So it's because they didn't know the importance of the power, they want to look at the benefit of the power. Today, we're listening to the support of the CDC. President Williams should be the one now pushing for the permanent position to the UN. Because he served as a peace ambassador. He served also as the president. He served as senator of the country. They are all have benefited for the country. So if the country needs something up there, I think it should be that they come together as the leader, president, the party leader, so that they can push in the interest of the country. So they just show to the great people that these guys who have been leading the country, they are not in the interest of the people. No, lead them to power. Neither the country that they come to represent.
Okay.
Their surroundings, their family, they're all they come to lead the country for.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. This is what the former president said after conceding defeat. You claim to support him, you claim to support the party, but this is what he said. We let ourselves down. You're talking about you people.
Everything was good. And I can guarantee you that in 2005-2011, we will take the team. I will still be here doing the same thing that I was doing for you. When I was in opposition, I was paying your school fees, I was paying your rent, I was paying money for your businesses, and I stay available with you. So, do not be deterred by what has happened. What happened? We have let ourselves down.
Who said it? Who said it?
My president.
The man said, you'll still be paying your rent. You'll still be doing what you... But we're asking him now to give the support. Why is he not doing it?
We let ourselves down.
Yeah. That's the main president talking about.
Good morning. You're live.
Good morning.
Daniel Zhao, go ahead.
Well, thank you for the platform this morning, and let me say good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Well, thank you for the show. But let me say this. I think I've been out of the radio for a very long time, but let me be very clear this morning. We need to be honest to ourselves. We need to take politics out of everything. The particular things that we're fighting for, and now see where one person will say that they wouldn't benefit the person. It's not benefit the country.
Yeah.
We have been saying this time with all number. For everything. Because they not you today, should be another thing tomorrow. That's not what we think. That's the title that we need to teach it. We are fighting for people that will benefit the country, that will not go up until the stand.
And one person won't put a say in the position that I will not go there.
We need to stop that kind of thing. We are not saying that because somebody position today, and any president we are on the position, we will up on the withdraw from our country. You know that kind of benefit that come with it. Now one person point here and everybody will go in. It's not okay. They can respect the country.
But you know what? Extra value, even with the president and support from the former president, will add to our bid to get that seat. This is not no ordinary person we're talking about.
I pray about what he said, and I want to say thank you to our foreign affairs minister. She actually pushed the case, and we all want to see that rapid minister speaking no more for example this morning.
Thank you, Daniel. If we are out there asking other people for that support.
Yeah, going in there. Oh.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Burkina Faso.
Good morning to the two ambassadors.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to those people and to Kool everybody feel we get frustrated. This is the reason when we become or we are fanatic or who is fanatic. When things does not go their way, we get frustrated because we place individual interests over the country's interests. Yeah. And so it's Nigeria. And so everyone is just particular interest. I don't know to what extent they able to define that, or maybe just define it to their own understanding. At the end of the day, when you get frustrated, they start to play on blaming him. We and now you are one of that. Sometimes you even take the blame. And other we see it that you are over there, and maybe buying favor, you are over there, and maybe being proud. Yeah, what somebody can say is so sad. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you as well. You know, we need to look
because somebody will say today, Nathaniel Va, and I agree with you, the one he says, so I said, I'm coming to show again. Because one person called and said he agree with me. You know what we can go through here?
We're talking about Liberia.
Let's talk about Liberia. And I'm surprised at Sasawu this morning, Abraham Jero.
No, he just
and this will call the attention of the lawmaker, Honorable Michael Thomas. Somebody will come to the office as an executive secretary and be proceeding in such a manner. That's what I said yesterday. Be careful, be mindful what you say, even on the radio, because you do judge by those things. When we are critiquing leaders of what they said yesterday, you, of course, should also be mindful what you're saying. So you should be proactive.
If the former president was still president, and you see the likes of Ambassador Joseph Yuma Bwaka, you see the likes of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and under the watch, and we are even getting report that they deliver seat under the regime or the former president is when they started. They wanted it reportedly.
But now, they won't be.
So fine. If he was president and his family, other leaders, past leaders, reneging to give the kind of support to this government, how would you have felt? We're talking like
it should not be the case.
And you know, you see,
it just shows that it shows how divided we are.
Sure.
And of the strongest convention, if Lagos Senator Prince John was still alive today, he would have supported the cause.
But you heard the former president, what he said. He said we let ourselves down.
Let me talk to one person here. Good morning, go ahead.
Thank you. I don't think anybody recently in their mind who want to do anything that will push our people forward. That is all of our people who are living a mission to see this entire Nigerian country not coming but initiated by Georgia government. For the record, well, we are not just to push it, not just to talk. We will come here and think for the people. That's where we never shy away on the progress. So when you come to the same way and see it, because of the way you look at things, and think Georgia is not supported because his voice is not only calling to be played. So you can see that Georgia is not supporting that US. I don't know who's thinking like that. So I sometimes get confused to say, what kind of country is this? Even people who think he knows.
So saying we don't have his voice, where in secret have you supported the call? I want you to please tell us.
Or a caller to say,
good morning. Hello, Pascal.
He gets greedy and he gets married because he's not rational.
Pascal. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Pascal. Say hello. Hello. Since we don't have a recording, you are a member of the party. Can you tell us where and when have this president supported suddenly this particular call that you are aware of?
professionally. You're a professional always. So you are turning to all of us in the country, including people who are offended. So because Georgia needs of God the sound of recording. It clearly indicates that Georgia is trying to support that.
I just asked you a question. You won't answer the question. Say a different thing. All of those who are part of this call have voiced it out.
On your station, the name is what is not there. So we all say praise is not supporting the feminine seat. There are a lot of people in the country whose voices are not being heard. Can we show say because of what is not recording?
Pascal, hello. I said to you, hello. Good morning. Good morning. His voice is not on recording. Can you tell us where he has demonstrated a will to support this process? That's what I'm asking.
I just told you, John, did that. What more support do you want for somebody to start something that will put your point of power?
No, because I really want continue, so you won't be part. Press Kolake, good morning. You say you're not sincere.
Nah, thank you. And let me say good morning to Wiki Rose.
Good morning.
So I think until we can be proving otherwise, the former president have not had any voice recording that will show that he's in support 100%. Though the statement that emanated from the angles of Daniel Sando at the time, some of us condemn it, to lambast the former president and to call him an ordinary citizen, we said it was wrong. But the issue about this seat, it is essential for Liberians and for the group of Liberia. This is why all of our past leaders, at least we need even a 1-minute recording of them in support of this quest for the highest seat at Liberia is vying for. This is why Madam Sedi has done us. I think we listened to the voice recording of Madam Nema Bowie and the legs of all permanent Liberians who have placed in their support. But then when we listen to some of our brothers, if you come now to deny that all President Ware is in support, President Ware is in support, but where publicly, and this is why now is asking my friend and brother that even if it is not publicly, where in private that the former president have come up in support of this. So let me add, in conclusion, let me add my voice to all voices to support this quest because I think it is essential until the former president can prove us otherwise. We want to hear his voice in support of this quest that Nigeria is vying for. Now, thank you.
Thank you. We'll shortly go for our commercial break here from the Central Bank. You know, let's be honest to ourselves. And we are the reasons at times our leader turned to be like this.
Sure.
Initially, when the former president received the invitation, people were advising, and the former president was being open. They said, they put disrespect at him. They don't want him now to go in support, to go do what he. So, you see, you want to make somebody at the same time, you're breaking them.
You say that you were the progenitor of this process.
Yeah.
Why today?
How can you initiate a process that history remember you? You say, oh, people saying this, one people saying that, people saying this.
But you started something that somebody listen to?
But I made an achievement for you.
Imagine we are going like you play earlier on the former foreign minister, former pro tem, now senator of Ambassador County. When at Burundi.
But are you aware that the former president Ellen Yoniseli was behind the making of the former pro tem current senator of Grand Bassa County all gave their support, and all these people supporting the process.
You said that's something. Why not supporting?
Then somebody will take their time and say they want to talk, they want to say this, they want to say that. You're not helping former president Joe to come to power. That's why we'll keep asking. You in opposition now. You want to come back to power. Are these examples that we can bring you to power?
Let me just point out something. You know, the war of words is going too much. Like you had a former president saying, we never won election, but we allow instant making people to win to come to power. Let's be careful the word we use.
Yes.
And yet you are also seeing Daniel Sano using the word.
Then you listen to the former president also saying, and this is where people who supported him should be ashamed of themselves, because he said, we let ourselves down. Meaning the trust and confidence that was reposed in you, you did not live up to it.
And he's also pointing to the hypocrisy of his people.
Yeah.
He mentioned that if you want to if you want to turn again 15, why you go to the family for the money? All the things they pay school fee, they still vote for him. So they were very much hypocritical.
He said we let ourselves down. All what he did.
He said the city one that can say do it, but why you not whatever me?
But he said after election, the former president stated at his church, he said, for me, some of you former minister, former senator, former representative, former deputy minister, assistant minister, for me, a former president, but I will still be receiving.
But
and he still enjoys that. He still enjoys that. Whether he support the bill or not, the former president, under our law, enjoys
the confidence of the country.
Yes.
And
Liberian people should not see this as a joke. Former President George Weah is not no ordinary president.
He is not.
He has never been.
He wasn't and will never be.
You speak with civility, speak with reality.
Yeah, speak with your conscience.
With understanding. So what happens if he was state president and former president Ellen Johnson said he is not giving the kind of support in making sure that we get this seat?
You know what? You know how the world will see us? The likes of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf sit back.
Do you know how much money that we even spending? Everybody was even surprised because nobody expected Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to even be involved into this process.
Then you can't drag my boss man in, our CEO that says he's a presidential envoy. He have voiced his support because on so many occasions he have talked with the foreign minister on occasions to ask for others to lend their support to the
currently the people in Nigeria with the president to make Liberia case as well to
conscious, man.
And talking to other people behind the scenes.
Let's
get this thing done.
They think even when it's accepted, President Boga move on there. If Joe even come and have the opportunity, he will still benefit at that particular.
But Donald Trump became president, you are defeated, went back. The Democrat, the Republican, they put their house in order, and today he's back.
Sure.
So when you're not even helping former president, we have to come out of power. You're destroying him in the name of protecting him.
Let's take this break and move for the message of Central Brand. Good morning.
They are our natural resources. They should not serve as a source of land degradation, environmental crises, or violent conflict. No child should be displaced and no family should flee because others are fighting over the wealth beneath their feet. Our forests, minerals, and waters must not be extracted for external benefit while our people remain poor. Our natural resources in Liberia and across the global south shall be engines of development, not drivers of insecurity. I thought I would get a hand clap for that. Decisions about conservation versus preservation or utilization must be made locally, based on what is best for the people of Liberia and what is best for the people who are there to represent the African people in alignment with our development goals, our cultural values, and our sovereign rights. If we are to achieve sustainable peace in Africa, then the international community must be ready to have this conversation. Not someday, not in theory, but in real time. And at the Security Council, Liberia will make sure that this discussion is not delayed. Fifth, but not last, is peace and security in the Mano River Union. Our sub-region is one of shared history, shared vulnerability. Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire are bound by geography and destiny. Similar families, we're interconnected. We'll use our voice to promote stability and cooperation in the Mano River Union, recognizing that regional peace is foundational to continental and global peace. As Nobel laureate and peace activist Lema Roberta Bowie reminds us, peace is not the absence of war. It is the presence of dignity, of voice, and of justice. And that is the kind of peace Liberia stands for. Our development agenda, led by His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boyka, is the arrest agenda for inclusive development. His vision is that agriculture, roads, rule of law, sanitation, tourism, underpinned by energy and technology, will take Liberians to that place of prosperity. but we'll not get there without sustainable peace. And the peace we have today is the peace we crave for the world. And that is why our theme for our campaign has been towards a just and peaceful world. Our logo carries the Kool, a symbol of peace in every community across Liberia. So a vote for Liberia is a vote for a country that has walked the long road from fragility to stability. The vote for Liberia is a vote for a people who know what peace costs and what peace is worth. A vote for Liberia is a vote for a vision for a more inclusive, responsive, and equitable Security Council. I would like to ask Deputy Minister Ibrahim Yang to join me. Deputy Minister for International Cooperation and Economic Integration responsible for the UN. Assistant Minister Karishma Helen Rad. Assistant Minister for International Organizations, but also the national campaign manager in Liberia on the ground, has worked tirelessly. Ambassador Louis Brown, our global campaign manager, please join me. I would like to ask the Senate and the House Foreign Relations Committees to please join me. Senator Darius Dillon, Honorable Nefa Yeh. I would like to ask the Office of the President, Minister Sam Steve, to please join me. As I conclude, I would like to ask our ambassador to the United States, Ambassador Asam Ponte, to join me. We stand here representing the rest of the Liberians in the room as I say this. In conclusion, Liberia does not ask for this seat as a reward. We ask for it as a responsibility, one we are prepared to shoulder with humility, with courage, and with the conviction that our shared peace depends on our shared action. Liberia has never walked this road before. Liberia has never taken this leap to seek a full mandate of the global community of 193 member states to serve a 2-year term on the UN Security Council. We know that walking this road will require a lot, but we are prepared to take on the challenges. We know that the campaigning that brought us to today was a small feat compared to what lies ahead, which is having the capacity and the tenacity to man the seat effectively and efficiently. But this we are ready to do. Please join us as we write the next chapter of Liberia's history in our contributions to multilateralism. Being a founding member of the League of Nations, founding member of the United Nations, and with great optimism, we stand here representing the government of Liberia. We stand saying we're looking forward to be a sitting member of the UN Security Council for the first time in Liberia's history with a full mandate. Please vote for us on June 3rd and be a part of writing our next chapter. Thank you.
I'm Senator Westengaf Milton Finlay, former Foreign Minister of Liberia. Was sent by directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia with a special message to his brother. And in that message, Liberia is seeking the seat for the non-permanent position of the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council. And so we are seeking the support of the Republic of Burundi, and that is the message that we brought to request for the kind support of the people of Burundi for Liberia on the Security Council seat. Well, the President have consented to give his brother the support and the people of Liberia the support. You know, we and Liberia and Burundi share a common history of civil crisis, and it will be good for us to serve on that council. So we come with our experience, we come with the issues of civil division in our country, and both countries have made tremendous progress in terms of unity, reconciliation. And so it will be good for Liberia to be there, and hopefully in the future we look for Liberia to support.
We're here to talk about UN Security Council reform. So there are growing calls for, from African countries for permanent representation on the UN Security Council. This is not the first time we've heard calls for reform, but they seem particularly strong at the moment. Why do you think that is?
I think the time is right for the strong calls because many African countries have had different experiences that have led many of us to believe that the current configuration for global governance on peace and security is no longer fit for purpose. The needs of countries.
You know, Ambassador Va, if you take a keen look and picture Liberia, the way our folks in Liberia support individuals and political parties is so terrible to the extent that it's affecting the country. We place all of the focus and emphasis on the ministers, the directors, the superintendent, the mayor, commissioners, and you just name the rest. How they are corrupt. We do not hold our lawmaker feet to the fire for being accountable to us. And the mistake we keep making, the lawmakers are the direct representation of you. They are people who should report to you.
Yeah, you are an employer.
The ministers, the director, they report to the president. That's why he has that power or she has that power to appoint them.
But the lawmaker came to you
but the men that represent you, the woman that represents you, you should not be asking for report. They should be coming to you. They are the direct representation of you. They involve themselves into some corrupt activities, but we more focus on, you hear the other thing, they minister this. They take money and say the money it will capture in the budget. Legislative projects and individual projects, they will combine all.
You don't even know the difference.
You don't know the difference. The man is building one bridge. He's doing road. He's doing this. She's doing that. As far as you're concerned, oh, your lawmaker is doing well.
And
you are not the son.
They are accustomed to pick few people from the district that they will share few crumbs with.
Yeah.
And they will be the mouthpiece of that person. So because they are yet taking a crumbs of those of what the person have taken, or the lawmaker have taken, or the minister, they begin to advocate for them and don't see the wrong again. Now knowing that what the person have embezzled should have helped or benefit or have a benefit of the entire community or the district. But because you are blinded, they blind your eye, your mind. You turn to them. You even go as far as those who will be advocating, you insult them because you feel that your lawmaker or your minister or leader is in the wrong.
Yeah, because
you see now the other report have gone to Minister of State. So for that great space, meaning serious issue of overrun of the budget there.
Yeah. And the GSC conducted an audit for 2018. 2017, 2018, up to 2024. And there were ministry agencies that were captured in it of not following the procedure rightly in recruitment and how they disperse funds or the period of time. But there's this mindset that when you go for this person to be audited, you'll find somebody who will tell you, because they support this political party and this person from this political party, that means it's politically motivated. We don't sit to picture and say, let's look at the process and see how it plays. We don't call for impartial investigation.
No.
We cover these people with our political garments.
We don't even want to be investigated.
This man from party A and you from party A, when they say, oh, Ambassador Bar, please, answer for your stewardship. I follow the former EPA executive director, former Professor Wilson Tabet, former Minister of Commerce. He said something. He said, audit is not witch hunt. He was on the radio sometimes back. He said, wait for the orca. And he said that was one of the reasons why they even got defeated in the election. He said because when they came to power, there were folks and institutions that needed to be audited. He even mentioned the name of Senator Snow. And one of those persons that the CDC-led government should have gone after to have him audited. But he said audit take too much time. So they were more focused on building roads and doing the other things, but they forgot to have handled that matter and hunted them.
Yeah.
You heard the former president saying, when they came, they decided not because look, to go after people and audit them and not waste on. The former president said the reason they decided to protect, and President Biden said, here nobody in our business because you were never audited yesterday, so don't think that he can audit you today. And we still see it as something bad. But you want to see your country develop, but you happy that the man who serve a minister in your government or man who from your party, you want to see him building houses, drive the nice cars and chair abroad, and you happy about it, but you've been denied of basic services. When somebody say, oh yeah, today Sakano, we're bringing him to audit him, then he said no because the man works with Kool. So all the people in Kool will take placard and go stand to one ministry or one agency with posters and say no, in solidarity of what? You're not even concerned that this person should be clear and the process should be clean, that urge of politics and whatsoever. We keep doing these things. We harm our country and we look for people to put the blame on. The day you call former President George Weah for audit, the whole country turns upside down and they say, oh, they're going after the man.
No ways on the man.
You call former President Ellen Johnson saying, hey.
Because it should not give account.
Yeah.
The country.
You listen to the former, the chairman of the CDC today. The last time he was talking that when it comes to power, Kool will come. In Prince Johnson will be in the time the men are Ghana. When you talk about Kool, they say, oh, Prince Johnson, Kool, they were talking about. What happened to those who committed the crimes?
You put people in position, they tell the demagogues, they should not be accountable. And because few persons are loyal to them, they back them at the detriment of the masses.
Somebody made one statement, government reacting to it, he said he put his life in government hands. And people stand to support it. But you're not looking at what was said. What damage it caused to the image of our country. But we turn to just look at this thing politically and just cover it with our politics.
Go to other countries. They are still holding power leaders accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
They are paying for it.
Donald Trump said all foreign students at Harvard University, he won their names and the country they're from. We're not concerned about that. Some of our lawmakers, some of our representatives, senators, ministers, their children are attending some of the elite schools around the world. Where they got the money from, nobody knows. We want Liberia to be developed, but we want to protect the thieves.
But we got far way to go.
Yeah.
That's why I always hear Council Jala saying the mentality of our people.
And that's the reason why the people want to continuously keep Liberians in poverty.
Yeah.
So you are strangulated in the position that a drop of water means so well for you from that person who has strangulated you all the period of time. And you see that person as your God. And you don't question the decisions. You stay in the rain and the sun to vote for somebody, but the person making decision will not come back to you for consultation. Unilaterally, they will just decide to do what they want to do.
But where in the world you find that? A responsible country?
But Liberia, the constituents are not even concerned whether the lawmaker go to work or not.
The other man, he lashing at the CSA boss as to the issue of order they have on the payroll at the time when he served as Ways, Means and Finance Chair. He don't accept what has been reported. And I continue to say this. Be mindful, be careful when you're into positions what you do.
Are we concerned that, look, let's look at the legislative branch of government. Money allotted in the budget yearly. Somebody saying as president of the Senate, pro tem, speaker, deputy speaker, over the period of time to the offices. Have the money been expended? Can we look back? Because these are taxpayer money and all the direct budget support from other international partners. Are we concerned that we need to know how the money been expended?
We are not concerned.
But you only there to protect the person. You won't protect the lawmaker, you won't protect the minister because he's for your party, he's for your district, and you get there because you are.
And in part of the other thing is, any business you do without profit, not business. We are allotting money to this body every year.
But you know that we saw.
What result we getting?
Do you know that we know people from district number 4 who stood by former representative Henry family?
Mm-hmm.
But when they lost their job with him, they brought in his information to us. Like I usually say, he always laughing. I said, we're not police station, we're not court. You have to bring the people complain. Honorable Swakogo Dennis. You have folks who are healing her. When they fell apart, we won't call their names. Today they honor Honorable Marcus Thomas. Yeah. I hope he's reading the history too.
Yeah.
Some of them right in his office.
Sure.
They were supporting other people yesterday because when they fell apart, they had all the negative things to say.
Imagine that we were here.
No matter the British people report to us.
When we told yesterday was just coming, we were here.
They will bring these people report to us. Only because they're no longer in that line. We saw people who were supporting this other party, this other individual. But today, look, I will never badmouth anybody or badmouth any institution I work with. When I'm done, I'm done. The chapter closed is closed. That's not me. You will not get it from me. Today you are hearing all your district representatives, minister, director. But when you get sacked or suspended, you carry the bad names of these individuals.
Yeah. You say a whole lot of things.
Yes, the men are dictator. The women are this. Somebody you can bring the poor women and complain all how the women can control them. You can bring it to us. We know. But you don't picture Liberia. It's about your personal gain. We know lawmakers in Liberia, before becoming lawmaker, being very close to us. Today they are lawmakers. They reneging on to call us. But that's it. The responsibility is huge on them. So you can take it against them. because of your personal feeling of gains. It means that you got to, because you dislike or you made one or two requests and the person did not listen to you.
Yeah.
You want to make your personal height, you want to put it on the district.
Sure.
You want to put it on the county. You want to put it on the community. And you paint the picture of that person so bad. Lawmakers are not making report to the people any longer. The people are making report to them. The imposition that they got elected by the people.
And the funny thing they don't know, we are aware. We know how someone else was made. They are making process. We know it.
We saw people on their knees here begging us.
We know it. So when I can say you're credit me.
Some of them, the promises they made, 1% they have not done it for us.
But you also do?
We're going to do what those hope.
No. Because you know that if you are sincere, you will do it, your people will see it. It's a something that will show. Let's be realistic. Liberia, when our former partner said we're wasteful,
no, we have problem with it.
Yeah, when Madam Benz came and represented the former president of America and said we're wasteful, that was just it. We give one essence. Every year, government allot money to ministry agency. You the minister, take it at this money. You the agency, take it at this. But when it comes to accountability,
yeah. So you say you go in at this ministry to conduct audit, and this person support this person from this party. The next thing they say that wish home.
Yeah.
And on the bottom they say audit than not wish home.
No.
It's just
but when you take a position now, you'll be accountable.
It's just about you accounting for your stewardship. Whatever being entrusted to you as the head of that institution. But we see audit in Liberia as something so bad. You know how many audits the GSC have conducted? That today people should be answering.
Yeah.
For the first time in many years. The president office being audited. The GSC conducted audit. And we still take these things as play. We only want to audit people when we're not in a position any longer. We sat here, we heard, I left something in the cover, somebody said, no, we made empty cover. But you could not conduct audit. When President Baga decided to give the money for audit to be conducted, he was seen as somebody who was going after people.
Yeah. Is it which one to you?
But you came to power on the basis that public funds will not enter in the pockets of public or officials of government. But you never one day in your mind to say, let's conduct audit. That brings so many people to book. With all of the allegations of officials that were in position, you still felt comfortable with them that they should serve. We are even getting report of the current regime that a lot of people serving in key positions are very corrupt.
Sure.
And the political mandate from the masses, the people, on this president to control it. He's not up the road. But whether he in wheelchair or not,
he'll be
out there.
And what I'm saying to you is, President Walker don't audit the people, the past government. We will audit the President Walker. Yeah. You want he's not surprised, like you said that. You don't audit anybody.
Yeah, you want to protect one person over the
And now you're not ready, office of President Grisby. Is you coming about him? Like you said that. Imagine from July 1st to 2018 to March 31st, 2024, there's an audit being conducted on him. Let me say here. You hear women pay now currently sit at the level of the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and we're hearing that mining inspectors are volunteers. They ain't working on they put that didn't want diamond. Our minerals.
We are getting report now that few heads of government about to go.
To go. And when they go in with punishing them, you might have some of them. By the time we send them away,
is one of the president. I'm getting report.
And as soon as we send away, it will not run away. Soon we move you, we hang on you. Time you say you run away.
They are in discussion. The president asking whether he ready to resign or they should sack him.
It's resign.
The inspector general of police also in line. Women pay also in line.
Women pay in there. They were hearing 48 million today. CSA and Ministry of Finance allegedly the insurance they share deeds. And imagine those are put a year their children in other countries. They only kind of vacation. They can't enjoy themselves. They go back. But see the big guys. You saw the video one of the prince, one of the princes of this government. That everyone say, oh, he clean. That the manager former vice president.
So the
improvement.
That they investigate.
Yeah, they
alleged corruption.
So nobody is of the whole. Why we can say for this government? Why we any past government
there is a problem for the people.
Somebody say just stand down there. You were here. You refused to audit energy selling your people. You refused because you said you had a bomb. Look. President Boakai, you hearing us this morning. If you fail to audit the past and even your people, we will audit you.
Let him say he's free.
We will audit you, Papi. Don't even worry. And we stay here. We will still be here tomorrow.
Okay, right. That's funny people. You put it, you go all the history, you just put it on committee. Somebody who will be warlord, former warlord, you say he had a labor.
What the benefit we getting? We're sitting here and what we doing? We getting nothing, but all of them when you come and misuse our resources, then tomorrow see they go scot free. They think hey. Let's be serious. Nobody should see that waiting on. Nobody. Why would you put the position them or do their own thing? The mentality like brother has, like brother elephant meat. We go come home. They build condominiums. They take the money for and carry other country. Like in Brazil, last time you were saying that thing, you know they put you now. They go. They can make a ring. They make that bracelet, that chain. They carry. They put the money in the bank. They come. They want person to carry the money. We know. But he saw under the former president George Weah. The men who were the director of police at MCC, and you just trying to dress, go all warning. What will be serious or what? Is that gonna like a tattoo attitude will take care of another nation? We'll take one of them, we'll put a permanent mission and say that we even hear about him, we even hear nothing about him.
Let Lipa, they are currently under this regime. Lipa.
Yeah.
Laboratory Institute of Public Administration. You telling employees or you telling driver, you tell the opponent buy fuel for the car.
The car, we'll carry it to work.
We'll
put money together and buy fuel before the driver can carry it in. They want to sit down and say, let's sit down and look at it. The man who they say a family put all the property in here allegedly, someone was going to answer he confused what they put there. Yaka.
Let's hear from our colleagues. We'll leave that with you. But this is Liberia. But I think we see ourselves putting party above the country.
Sure.
You go for one person to say be audited. So you are here. Ambassador Va and myself are the longest serving staff to this institution from the day it was established up to this time. So tomorrow it will leave. And don't you think that we need to answer some questions? We'll all be available. But soon you talk about it, somebody will take politics and put it in.
Loyalists.
But you want about develop, but you want to defend those who you are alleging are criminals. Let's talk to our callers. You lie.
Good morning, Ambassador. I'm fine. With you.
Good morning.
I tell you, you guys are saying, well, you don't for the real. Who voted the baby for the right? The me reading and auditing and just. So if I'm going to make sure whether you whosoever, whether you move in power, in power, in audit you. That's the next thing about what is your whatever you do. So any people that are going to what you do. People think some people who are going to come to the what you do, whatever you do. What if we did have private president, all the people that do our money, I'll replay the camera.
But all now, this one?
Yeah, no, that was no way. I'm going to wait on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we gave you. They say, yeah, we gave you $5 to spend to do this. Well, you feel that big deal, the people, how you spending money. Yeah. Money in our one now. Yeah. Thank you. You live? Good morning, sir.
No, the problem we ourselves in the country, people look at former president and vote for him again, many president. And the problem of them go
no, he's a Liberian qualified, and the massive turn out to be president. So I mean, it's not a crime. He deserves it.
Yeah, but you also not there. The problem there. You also not there. I think today people, you said no bother and former president or people now in the world as for the money not doing any kind of do.
No, former president.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about.
He's still not just. We won't go that route. Let's focus on the issue of politics. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. This is Frank calling from Tukuru. Yeah, we give that the justice system we got is very bad in this country. Could you imagine a justice system that's supposed to help the only team and the LCC for them to do things and prosecute people, but the justice system protecting people, criminal. So, Eddie Parker is trying, doing it well, asking people to do audit, but the justice system denying the audit. So, why do you think how we get there? So, at the end of the day, we'll be blaming the president. But he's trying it there, they're trying it there. So, the justice system is very bad in the country. Queens are not flying all around, and people in Nemo crying, and you got people that are protecting, as you sit there, they're protecting. Thank you, man.
Good morning. Morning, go ahead.
I'm sorry, that's the one thing I want to look at. You know, I started the comment is what the goal of the president, the idea or president, but not to only so I want to do it. The woman that started calling anybody that kind of all the things not based on the book, or the things go away. I think that is a trend. I do tell you all the things you're very
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live?
Good morning, we give Bruce a nod.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. My name is Josiah Small, calling from the Governor Peace Island. I want to go 540. We give Bruce a nod. Let me say thank you. There are the reasons why the standard have been set by this government in terms of fighting corruption. We have said, let it cut across the acts. Every government no. These are things we want for it to be perpetual. These are things we want the roadmap is now laid. Therefore, we are calling the justice to be proactive. The justice system to be proactive in terms of prosecuting cases. Even if there will be where our lawmakers make sure and draft a bill that will create an extra correctional court that will very expensive to prosecute corrupt cases so that we can fast track so many things. No, what the Senate President has said, or the government has said, when they're leaving, they say you're part of Oma, the new for the Oma, right? Who are you to leave us? We are a record of all the prosecutors, the government will leave out. Who tells you when we say that one day go? Hey, children, they come there, they come and you come for my one day. You should account for why you was a son of us. Why you gone? Why you mind? You mind something? They're not for you. There's the reasons why we are calling the justice to be proactive and repeat the GSC. All the correct cases and other books should be fast tracked so that we can look into it that things can be done right way. Now the next economically will based on that foundation to continue the process. Now because it happened yesterday, it happened now. Now it's not a question. It's just the right thing to be done. When you release
State power can account for why your glory. Because I have property. It's a state property. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers on the line. You're live.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, he's going off the line. Let me talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Really good. Good morning. Good
morning, sir.
Thank you for the second segment of our shows. You see, you and I see all us are two distinct characters. I can decide to be bad, we can decide to be good. And Mr. Vlad can decide to go the other way. Yeah, you took the decision not to audience. You probably the same lady, the death of Prince Johnson, he attributed it to President Wahab. So why Prince Johnson supported him?
Oh, no. Let's talk to callers. You live?
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Ambassador.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for the second topic for discussion. As we previously said, for me, and corruption things, before that become better, we have to put our eyes under the legislator.
Sure.
The senator, the representative, they are the cause. The major factor of corruption in Liberia, it is the legislator. Because every entity, everything that they do, they pass the budget, the legislature gets their own part of portion in anything. When you go to the education, you want audit the education, you find out that the committee that is responsible for education, they get part of pass through all that particular budget. So the whole thing about corruption, I'm telling you, if the legislature is willing to fight corruption in Liberia, then they need that is starting for themselves. So all people except to fight corruption in the aspect of the legislature, it cannot work. Because all of them, their hands are in the cooking jar. Do you understand? I'm telling you, Mr. Ambassador, if left with me alone, it will only be that without president and the appointed legislator, because they are the problem of this country.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. 0775 919 919 080 919. Add the two numbers. You can certainly call us to be part of the conversation on this edition of the morning ride. Let's go back to the line and talk to our caller. 0775 919 080 919. Add the two numbers. You can certainly call us on. And you know, but these are the issues. We want to see Liberia better. We follow keenly. We take interest in other countries when they are persecuting people for their actions. They took why in positions. They auditing people. We look at it, but when it comes to Liberia, we bring the politics and their places over the main issue.
Yeah.
Hospitals and clinics are on the drugs. We're not concerned about that. But when you call one man who served yesterday as minister to audit, you got people in the fence, but they do not go to protest that why hospitals are not having drugs and beds. You are not going to protest for kids sitting on the floor on broken benches and chairs, no better teaching material. You are not protesting for state security to provide the necessary security to protect you and your families. But you are there and say nobody must pass even your party headquarters. You are there because one of your party officials being invited. Good morning.
Wiki, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to the many followers following the broadcast this morning. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr. and I put me this morning for District 2 in Lower Makili County. Let me say thanks for the talking point. And I want to agree with you guys. Look, this country, we the Liberian people, sometimes the decision-making process that we go about implementing is what can lead our politicians, like all Kool has said, and they are the major problem of this country. Look, you cannot be a government official. You were in opposition or you were in position yesterday, let's take for the CDC as a case study. When they massively did things not in accordance with the people that even brought them to power, they voted them out. And this government has come, they are trying, though there are challenges. But people will get discuss issue based on the political surfaces. And some of our brothers and sisters will agree with them here. That is totally wrong. If this country should make progress, should be compared to other countries around the world in terms of development, we need to change our minds and attitude as Liberians. So let me commend you for the talking points. And it's nice participating in your show this morning.
Thank you, Aloysius. It's good to have you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
The process of Lapasi.
Go ahead.
Sometimes I wonder what is happening like bro at all. And this is even across other nations, but let me look at our own country. People will make noise in this government, party corruption. Meanwhile, these guys come from opposition. When the opposition come and take power, they take notice the people places that go on it.
Yeah, they after campaigning on these things, when they get there, when they want them to do it, then they say the people trying to distract them, they want to disrupt the government, all of these things.
No, because there's one thing, this is a party government, my friend government. Everybody is being hypocritical in the service of the leader. We pretend that brother who was the justice minister of CDC, and I'm the justice minister of UP. If I tell my brother, my other family will have problems. So that is pretending. You watch with the president, you're pretending. And the president don't know, everybody believes the president that he can't do no pretenders. Pretenders. I don't see why the justice minister would be inquired. He is the main advisor to the president. Why are you pretending that? Look, I expect the audit issue has started in the first season of the government. What the audit people? And now you, up to the last month of the next election, you see the policy that this is it, we are letting all with audit. This is actually is leading information against the Liberian people. If you get audit, you won't audit, you haven't got audit, don't announce it in your campaign. As a talk.
Okay. You know, sometimes I think the poll level here, they study what the electorates want to hear or love to hear. So they come with these messages. They will tell you youth empowerment. They will do this. Microfinance loan. Good morning. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm calling from old. So after that, after the conversation, something then from Ontario and West. If I come to that is because the whole every after that will come correctly. Just say I'm do anything. And more on the street. All the way to we get everything we want to when you got to keep on it. But
Okay.
I really know.
Thank you. Now on a very good line, but as I would like to draw the curtains on this edition of the Morning Ride. It's been wonderful being in your company. To all of you, thanks for watching, leaving all of your comments. I'm Wiki Brooks.
I'm Nathaniel Van. Check it out.
Thanks to Sakano, who be behind the camera this morning. Until we talk to you on tomorrow, have yourself a wonderful time.
Conflict, post-conflict, for reconstruction are not being met in line with the expectations. And it's important that voices are heard. We talk about leaving no one behind. And if the countries that are affected don't feel they have adequate and just and equitable representation, then there's a problem.
Do you think that